Alright. Another best of 3 series coming up. Let's see how they do. Let's see how they do. Marsman versus Kelazhur. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. I think maybe I'm a little bit scared for Marsman here, to be fair. Kelazhur, truly a magnificent player. We know he's not an actual Dutch person, but he's been in the Netherlands for such a long time. He's always participating or trying his best to be near any of the StarCraft events. So yeah, you know what? Frank was brushing over his heart and he decided, you know what, let him join. Let him be a part of this tournament. He deserves it. He's always trying. I was trying to get Method Ape on stream, of course, but I think you missed him, Valley. You missed him, unfortunately. I swear, he was here just a while ago. But you know what, we had a great time. We spent about 20 minutes talking to one another, just talking, relaxing, talking about you as well, Valley, and yeah, it's unfortunate. Marsman is actually Dutch. He has dual citizenship and he speaks perfect Dutch as well. That's good to know, Hydra. Thank you very much. Kelazhur also speaks quite a bit of Dutch, doesn't he? Anyway, I should introduce these players. In the top right, we have the blue Terran player. He is Kelazhur. In the bottom left, we have the red Protoss. And he scares more than our German stream. He up to the point where Marth actually decides to just run out of there. He's the red Protoss. He is Marsman. Okay. Jim Digress checking in as well. Thank you for joining us, buddy. Welcome. It's nice of you to keep us company here as we're watching some amazing Dutch StarCraft League. The 7th one in a row. Let's hope we will have many more to come. Anyway, Reaper rotating around the probe there very nicely. Being able to avoid being spotted so far. The Reaper coming in through isn't really going to get too much done. The Twilight Council on the bottom here, so it's going to be maybe a little bit difficult for Kelazhur to really get that scout going. But this might be an opportunity actually. The Adept a little bit overextending there. And yeah, giving the Reaper the opportunity for him to see the Twilight Council. There we go. There we go. Beautifully done there by Kelazhur on top of things. Starport's on the way as well. Factory. It's going to be a Widowmine drop. What's the link for the German stream? It is Marth TV. That's N-A-R-T-H. I could probably type it here for you, but I would have to alt-tab. Can't be bothered. Anyway. You got it? You got it, Valley? Alright, that's nice. That is nice. Blink is going to be the choice of TAC here, by the way. Hydra did it for me. Thank you very much, buddy. So Reaper comes in once again for round number 2. Totally unexpected. Apparently for Mr. Marsman, not in a position to really deal with this. 2 probes going down, and you know what? The Reaper looks like he's going to make a great escape as well. Well done by Kelazhur. Just double checking if there's anything else going on in this this side of the map here. As Blink is about to finish up, a robotics facility is going to join it in being constructed here, or being completed. Kelazhur just going for the cookie cutting TVP build so far. Once again, with a mine drop. Looking rather nice. Is this pylon? Yeah, I did see it for a moment there, and it looks like Marsman, completely aware, sending his targets to the location to defend against this. He's deciding to do it safely as well, putting the Stogs on the edge instead of close to the base so he can blink underneath. But then, oh my dear lord, actually getting a little bit too relaxed with this situation. 4 probes do go down, and you know what? Ooh, might get out. No, he's not. Okay. That got close though. I like that Kelazhur didn't try to run around to try and save that the single Widow Mine as well. Didn't get too greedy in that situation, but he still wasn't enough. Still just barely getting shot out of the sky there by Mr. Marsman. That's a solid start overall. I know, you know what, 4 probes getting killed off, but trading that for, of course, the Widow Mines and the medevac there as well. I'd say that is, you know what, I'm not going to give any of these players an advantage here. I'm thinking they have the advantage. I still think that Kelazhur is probably just the advantage just because of how good he is. Maybe that's just me selling Marsman short, so maybe I just shouldn't say anything about any of that. Maybe I shouldn't say anything at all. Yeah, it's getting difficult now to cast. Anyway, 3rd base for Kelazhur and a 3rd base for Marsman. As I'm trying to avoid being biased here. Armory is gonna get constructed too. Previously we saw Kelazhur going for quite a early drilling clause, so let's see if that's going to be the case again. He does have that factory, or he had that factory on Attack Lab. He's just happily building more Widow Mines now though on the reactor. 1 Marine scouting out if there is a 3rd base. He did see it being produced there. Now just sitting in that 4th base location for some later period in the game. So well done there by Kelazhur. Seeing absolutely everything so far. And looks like he's going to be going for a nice little double medevac drop. As there are still Stogs outside of his base. He just has too much bioforce to really be threatened by those numbers of Stalkers. Marsman behind this did go for the robotics bay and getting extended thermal lance for his Colossi now. He already has a grand total of 1 Colossus so far. So this drop might still be able to get something done, and we'll have to wait and see. Does Kelazhur actually split up his forces? He sees that there's quite a hefty guarding group of Brodals here, so he might just go for both of them straight into the main base, which looks pretty open to me. Kelazhur coming through. Let's take a look. How much damage he's going to be able to do. It's going to be quite difficult. The Protoss army actually walking further away right now. Okay, recall is going to get forced here. The Zealots nicely being walked in right on top of those forces as well. But this means that the medevac is going to be able to boost away. Try to get some damage on over here in the 3rd base instead. And that's quite quickly. 9 probe kills immediately being picked up there. 5. Oh, actually works also being picked up here. 4 Marsman, the Stalkers jumping in into that mineral line. But yeah, Kelazhur quick with the trigger though, being able to jump on top of that opportunity, going in again with this drop. Maybe a little bit overzealous now this time around. A nice split being done here by Marsman. As Kelazhur is pretending like, yeah, I'm leaving, the drop's going away. Still having the 1 medevac here though, of course. Might be trying to go for a drop later on as soon as these forces might see each other. Alright, there goes the drop, and these forces looking like, you know what, those are great disables. Interference matrix, it lasts quite a while now, so Marsman, luckily for him, he did move out in the middle of the map here, but as we can see, more economic damage has been dealt here. And you know what, I don't think Kelazhur even has to really commit to a fight. He can just run away after taking, well, dealing that much damage to his opponents right here in that main base. 13 workers going down. A great amount of damage indeed. As Marsman is trying to now clean up this drop. Kelazhur did retreat from the front door. No longer on that front step here. And taking a 4th base a lot sooner, it seems, than his Protoss counterpart right now on the map here. A Another 2 medevac drop coming through, this time around from the top side, which is a little bit more well scouted out, right? It's lit up with the pylon, and the observer there should be a lot more difficult. Couple of zealots there. Getting picked off quite quickly. 6 stalkers should be enough to kill off those medevacs quite quickly. At least if they start dropping here and they actually do commit to this area. I would like to see those stalkers a little bit further back so they actually jump underneath the medevacs, but you know what, Marsman doesn't want to pay too much attention to this force probably, and just wants to keep the stalkers in a position where they will immediately start shooting instead of having the fear that the units actually do get to go out of those medevacs. That's always the other side, right? If the medevacs just stay there for a little while and you're paying attention to that too much, you're just losing value in that way. Alright, in comes an enormous attack actually. Nothing here really to stop the Terran army, I'd say. Comes now joining in. Maybe the one salvation. No, it is not enough, obviously. Marsman tapping out, GGing. As we can see, 100 army supply versus 23. That happened really quickly. Let's go actually to this one again. Alright. Still getting a little bit used to the hotkey system for my overlay system here. As I did set it up a little bit differently than I did before for the, well, the other streams that I do. Right. I'm gonna wave at the people in the audience as well. Hello, people in the audience. What's up? Yeah, I can't hear you, but I heard that you guys can hear me. Oh, look, they just looked... Harston! I was waving at Harston. Anyway. Is that hard? I think it is. Anyway. Nerd chills. Anyway. We're looking at game number 2 between Kelazhur and Marsman. There is the trophy. The webcam is freaking out a little bit here, it seems again. Doesn't matter. We're back in the game. That's the power of the trophy there. The webcam going a little bit badonkadonk, it looks like. I don't know why exactly. Maybe switching back and forth between the webcam here for a little bit might be the cause. There we go. Okay, yeah, that one works. Frank on the webcam, and now it's good again. You want to promise? Alright, look guys, it's good again. It's good again, it's fine. We're all good. Thank you very much. Well done, Frank. In the bottom right side, we have the blue Terran player up 1-0 right now on match point for this best of 3 series. He is a honorary Dutchman. He is Kelazhur. And in the top left we have the red Protoss. Pretty much a full-on Dutchman. Dual citizenship has been acquired. If we have to believe Hydra, and I think we do, because Hydra knows everything about everyone anyway. So, here's the red Protoss player. In the top left, he is Marsman. Alright. There's the probe. Going into the main base. Seeing that, in fact, there's only one gas being taken here. That's a good tell. Seeing that there's a barracks on this side of the map as well. That's a good tell as well. Making things look normal. As, you know what, Marsman is being a little bit sneaky himself. Getting a gateway on this side of the map. As we are looking at the probe. Also trying to pretend like I don't want you to make a command center here, sir. I would prefer if you don't build a command center here, sir. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Mind gaming his opponent, Kelazhur, feeling like everything is pretty normal and pretty standard right now. He's gonna be walking face first into the fist of a zealot pretty soon here. Actually, 2 stalkers. Reaper's already out, so that's actually a good call, going for the double stalkers here. You know what, that's the gateway there was a little bit late, wasn't it? Interesting. Anyway, we have 1 zealot over here on the map. Okay, so 1 zealot at least, but you know what, that's just me not paying enough attention to the production tab. Trying to do too much with the webcams and the thingamajigs and all the other stuff. Anyway, there is the zealot and the stalker right now. Being an absolute pain for Kelazhur, of course. That's going to take a long time before he completes this. The SCV actually moving away in time. So Marsman didn't see that moving out of there. Maybe assuming that he already killed this SCV. And now the SCV coming back around again. Attempting to restart making that thing, trying to complete it. Unfortunately for him, there was another Stalker coming through, though. The supply depot is immediately taken down. There's a Widow Mine on the way, but what in the world is happening here? Marsman, can he make this work with this Stalker aggression? The heavy aggression. There's a bunker at the front door, but you know what? The front door doesn't defend the back line. The back line now under heavy pressure. All the SCVs will have to get pulled here, I assume. The Widow Mine, please don't hit your own SCVs here. That would be quite crazy. Oh, it does get taken out, so isn't gonna get the opportunity to. Oh, SCVs almost getting a good surround though on those Stalkers. Having a little bit more difficulty now. Actually, really good Reaper Mine. Making life difficult for the micro here, but still there's so many SCVs just immediately being evaporated here. As there's still more Stalkers just marching on through. Ah, the Reaper also going down. GG, well played. Marsman taking the game. And, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I mean, if you can't win the macro game, you go win that little cheesy game. The early game. Why not? I mean, if it works, it works. Slam down your opponent with as much power as you can. That was something else. That was something else. Alright, here we go. Now you can show that trophy. There you go. Beautiful. Please don't break the stream again, Mr. Trophy. Please. That looks really nice. That's a nice trophy, actually. Look at that. It's a pylon being warped in, as you can see, with the number 1 for the best player, obviously, symbolizing. Alright, thumbs up as well. The power of the trophy. Dutchness coming through a little bit here. With this much Dutchness everywhere on the screen. The Dutch StarCraft League there, and there further along. Also, a lot of Dutch people just there, just in top of, above me. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us here. As the Nightbot is spamming out a lot here as well. The prize pool here is, well, quite heavily dependent on donations and the kindness of the people in the audience here. So, you know what, if you feel like these players deserve a little bit of extra dough for playing the games that they are, then make sure to help out there. We would very much appreciate it. 100% of all donations will be added to the prize pool. Anyway, we have in the bottom right side a blue Terran player. The honorary Dutchman, he is Kelazhur. In the bottom right. I mean, that was where we just were. Just clarifying for just in case people weren't listening in time. And in the top left, we have a red Protoss player. He just did quite a cheeky build. Will he do it one more time here? We'll have to wait and see. He is Marsman. As there is an ambulance behind us, it looks like one of these players is going to get very much injured. I don't know if you guys heard the ambulance arriving by, but there you go. Actually, now that I have a lot of Dutch people, I might have to actually guess what kind of sirens I'm hearing. I don't know. I don't know the difference between the sirens, but yeah, if anyone knew what kind of siren that was, I may have made myself look like a fool for not knowing myself. Anyway, little Proby making sure nothing crazy is going on. Marsman this time around not doing too much crazy himself. Kelazhur, I mean, this is quite some balls, right? I mean, after something like that happening to you, he's like, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm just not going to scout. I'm not going to send any SCV across the map here. I'm just going to wait for the Reaper. I'm just going to do the regular same old thing that I did the previous time. That got killed quite quickly and quite heavily. I mean, the same goes for Marsman, of course. If he did go for the exact same thing, maybe it would work out. Maybe, you know, your opponent wouldn't expect it. But you kind of expect your opponent to be on top of things like that after it not working out as well as you want it to. I mean, no, wait. After it works that well. Ah, dear, oh dear. Anyway, Reaper now coming through. Will be met by the Adept, of course, in a few seconds. Wasn't really greeting him at the front door, but still gonna get there after a little while. There's the Reaper. Oh, poking. Getting 1 kill already. That's a nice job. That is the first medal of war going to the Reaper. Okay. Getting out as well. Very valuable. Good stuff. Because he does want to go in again afterwards, of course, trying to kill off the... I say kill off. He wants to make sure that he sees what kind of technologies are being put down. He saw the Twilight Council. I suppose you can assume that there is something like a robo as well on the way. I guess the Twilight Council here might be a little bit more important to scout than the robo, but overall, you know what? I guess the Reaper did a pretty good job there. He did a pretty good job. And yeah, let's see. There's another proxy. What in the world? Why would you need a proxy here? You have a robo on the way. That seems a little bit off. What kind of proxy is this? And why is Kelazhur still scouting for it? Look at that. He's Louise. He's like a bloodhound, isn't he? Just realizing absolutely everything. Ah, it was going to be a dark shrine that you put down there. Alright, I see. Fortunately, Kelazhur, though, on point. And now the dark shrine having to be put on the other side of the map. Does Kelazhur realize that this is the case, though? I mean, after realizing that it was going to be the dark shrine, it does make sense to me, right? What else would you be putting there? After seeing the initial Twilight Council, he didn't see the robo though, so that's another piece of the puzzle here for us that we have available for us, but is not available for Kelazhur. But let's see. Does he have an engineering bay? No, he doesn't. Does he have a tech lab with a... Alright, yeah, there we go. There's the Raven coming out. So he is going to be prepared against any type of Dark Templar shenanigans, or at least he's going to have the tools. Is he going to be able to use those tools in the right way, though? That's the next question. One probe going to set off that Widow Mine. A good, proper unburrowing, though, taking place. Second Widow Mine as well. Look at that. That is so much lost mining time here. Oh my god, I just want to take a look at this grav. Oh my dear lord, yep. Oh, there's just no mining going on whatsoever there for quite a while. And still the main base in trouble here, having difficulty. Alright, what's happening with the War Prism? There is the War Prism. Coming on through. Dark Templar being created. Let's take a look. There's the Raven right here. Should be able to deal with this rather efficiently. Stimpack's still a little bit off though, so it's gonna be hard to really run down against the War Prism. Only a single Dark Templar in the War Prism. One other in, well, ready to run into the natural. There's the missile turret though available. Of course, Kelazhur flying over the main base here. Did see the Dark Shrine now. Should be completely ready for this one. Where did the War Prism go? It's still there. Alright. I missed it on the minimap. It's really hard to spot that one actually. Jeez Louise. Alright, there it goes. You can see the pixel line now. Slowly but surely getting closer. Inching towards this location. And there he is. Let's see if he keeps the War Prism nearby as well. Trying to do an escape. He sees the Raven immediately. And there we go. Getting out of there. Oh, actually War Prism stayed around a bit too long. That's fine. It's fine. Never mind. The other Dark Templar, it's still here as well. Didn't really go for the frontal attack just yet. Doesn't know there's a missile turret there. But, I mean, he did know that his Dark Templar attack got scouted. So I wouldn't be surprised that he doesn't really go for a big attempt with those Dark Templars. It's kind of nice, actually, to see him not go for a big attack with these. Just kind of getting the value that he can, here and there, you know. Maybe pulling away a bit of the army here. As we have Kelazhur going for a 2 medevac push again. He's looking to try and intercept this War Prism here. Can't really find it though this time. The Raven coming through. Of course, taking this one down would be a big deal here for Kelazhur. Oh, this could actually be trouble. He's coming back though with the Bio Forces. Oh, the Raven taken down. but the War Prism also. So, I mean, he does take down the stealth detection, but also he takes his method of trying to get those Dark Templars into the base at the same time. So, yeah, a little bit of a weird scenario. Now, as we can see, 71 army supply versus 38. The Dark Templars not having achieved pretty much anything here. There's only, it looked like, a depth in the middle. Now having been killed as well. This push could do quite a bit of damage as Kelazhur is marching across the map with this enormous ball of bio. There's only one sentry with a very limited amount of force field energy available. Siege tank sieged up in a pretty good position too. The Widow Mine, one of them being picked off so far. Kelazhur wants to start doing damage here, getting a small detachment of Marines into the natural. Trying to gun down as many probes as possible. Luckily for Marsman though, another Colossus did show up and is making life difficult though for those Marines. All of them going down, only 5 probes being killed off so far. I say only, I mean it's pretty remarkable, but alright, here we go, more units going in for the engagement. Looks like most of the forces at the front are going to get gunned down pretty nicely for Marsman, but of course this detachment of other Marauders and Marines still waiting to pounce on the worker line. Now going into the main base. He's not going to get this Nexus, right? Maybe getting like a pylon here would be nice, but he's just kind of trading out against as many units as possible. And as he's luring Marsman into the main base, in he comes around into the third base as well. Taking more economic damage here is Marsman. 32 workers in total killed, 30 workers now remaining. So we have more workers killed right now than there are available, that are still left for Marsman here. And you know what? Yeah, that's just a dominating lead, a beautiful maneuver there by Kelazhur. And I'm not sure that Marsman really can get back from anymore at this time period. Needs to make something happen, needs to make something happen very quickly here. As we can see, I mean, it's even a bigger advantage for him, economically speaking, than it was over here when he wasn't mining at all. So that is quite a big tell. Another War Prism, maybe biting the dust here. Luckily, Marsman on top of it, running away with it as quickly as he is. Now, needs to be careful. Kelazhur does have a flanking force of Vikings here. Don't see those every day, but it's pretty cool to see. These Vikings could potentially jump on top of the War Prism, could potentially get a couple of volleys on top of those Colossus, but with the Blinkstalkers there wisely retreating. Because those Blinkstalkers are aware of that positioning, aren't most likely going to let something like that happen. And now these Vikings, look at that. The amount is just increasing. 2 of them fell, but 2 more joining in. A final attempt for Marsman. Can he make it happen? SCVs are being pulled out. As long as he kills off a big portion of the SCVs, maybe that's going to be enough, but it's looking rather dire here for Marsman. Still not really managing to get himself in a good position here. 1 Colossus does fall. Didn't get picked up by the War Prism, unfortunately. The War Prism, though, is still here, so he can still reinforce this force. Trying to get a little bit of an edge here. Has a lot of force field energy as well. Alright, those are really good force fields, actually. But is it going to be enough overall? The army supply kind of dwindling here for Marsman. Marsman is going to have to call it tapping out. GG is called. Kelazhur will be another time victorious here. And yeah, congratulations to him. Well played indeed. Definitely one of the stronger opponents here that we have available today. Kelazhur, the honorary Dutchman. He's been spending a lot of time in the Netherlands, and yeah, love to have him in these tournaments, of course.